So you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. So today we are going to look at the script editor of the glue. So this is the last piece that we have still left. So I have already gone through the these options. So it's already on recorded video. You can go through these options. Okay, not so tough. These are self-explanatory. Okay. And the other thing that I have kind of not used on libraries that I will use in the final project. Okay. So this is where actually in the actual production you will write the scripts. Okay. Sometimes we can write in the Jupyter notebook as well and can schedule them. That is also possible. Okay. But mostly you will find a script editor will be used to execute the PySpark scripts on AWS Glue. Okay. So here these codes 1 to 6 1 to 6 are a kind of a boilerplate code. This will always come in your glue script when you start this, and here this is your boilerplate code, and this is our get result option basically allows you to receive the system arguments in a list kind of format. So whatever variables you assign in the this advanced properties. So as I told you, we can supply some variables in the job parameters. Same can be retrieved using the get result options, like job name. This job name it will take from here, and if you have any other parameters, those you can include in the list here. Okay, that you want to retrieve here. I'll give you an example in the final project. So basically, it's a simple thing. So we are importing the all necessary libraries to start with, creating a Spark context. If you see. If you look out the definition of a Spark context, it says a Spark context or Spark session is the entry point of any Spark program. So see guys, what happens in real time? Sorry, I should not say real time. I should say in the clusters. Okay, in the native Spark clusters where you have the access to your Spark installation, we can actually configure the some context parameters of Spark. Okay, so if you see here, Spark context example. You see, we will set up some settings here. Okay, and as it says, the definition is Spark context is the entry point of any Spark functionality. So basically, whenever you run the functionality, you can pass on some configuration parameters like what is the location of your master node, what is the app name, basically job name. Okay, what is the home library, home path for your Spark's home library, some extra PY files if you want to use, which is just the environment, what is the best size, serializer, confusion, like basically some confusions you can make. Okay. You can see the details also for the parameters. Okay, like it is the URL for the cluster, it connects to name of your job, Spark installation directory, all those things you can mention. But here on AWS Glue, if you check it this out, these parentheses are kind of empty only. Okay, because here we don't need to set any special Spark context. Glue is actually handling this automatically. Okay, then you connect the Spark context with your Glue context, and you start a Glue Spark session with the help of Glue context, and you kind of initialize your job. So I mean, even if you remove these two lines, still it goes fine. But if you have it on, that is also doesn't matter. Okay. So this is a boilerplate code, you can say completely. Only two lines, line number 7 and line number 18 I have added. These have a specific region for I'll let you know in some time. So if you have any questions still here, you can let me know.
Two quick questions. So here generating the glue context, right? So glue context only we are accessing the S3 bucket, right? Or for every time we need to use this glue context, because normally Spark context only will be creating, right?
No, actually, we are also going to utilize some glue functionality. In that case, you have to create a glue context as well.
So it's like an S3 bucket or something. Like in general, if I are just reading from some table, it's not needed, right?
Yeah. So if you see right now, I mean, I have created this glue context. Okay. I'm using this glue context to read, create a dynamic frame. So these are the kind of functionality you can utilize with the glue context. If you are not using it, then it's kind of optional again to create this. Okay. Then if you see, I am creating my script here. Okay. I'm creating my script here. First of all, I'm creating a variable called input path. Here I'm mentioning the path to my files. So if you go on S3, so inside that location that I have mentioned, I have, okay. It says sale data, sale data. So this is the location, and here I have a fun file. Okay. And then I'm creating a dynamic frame. Okay. This is a bit different than your PySpark data frame that we have seen earlier. Okay. I think I need to fix this as well. Okay, let's fix it. Cut. Come here, format options. Yes, has to be from here. Okay, so see, I have created a location, and then I'm creating a data source. This is nothing but a dynamic frame. Okay, so basically, glue context also provides you to some functionality to read or write the files. This functionality creates a dynamic frame for you. So you can say more or less it is, you can compare this with the Spark data frame functionality wise, but your syntax is the way that it prints the data, way it stores the data is kind of different thing. Only difference that you can say on the functionality level is that dynamic frames allows flexible schema. Spark does not. If I give you one example, let's say you have a column of int, and in another data frame you have a column of float. If you try to union these columns, dynamic frame will allow this operation, because these finally it will create a union. Based on it will create a union, and it will change the data type to float. Spark data frame might reject this operation because it will say data types does not match. So that is the all difference. We can use this kind of syntax to read the files, and then we can convert this into data frame as well. Okay, that is also a possible thing. Or you can directly use spark.read CSV that we have seen multiple times in this course, and we can directly create the data frame that we want. Okay, this is going to create a direct data frame for you, a PySpark data frame for you. So I'm just showing these two different results to you in the final answer, so you'll be able to see the differences here. Okay, so first in this code, actually we are not doing any much things. We are simply creating a dynamic frame, showing it. Then just a second. Yeah, then I'm converting my dynamic frame to a Spark data frame. Okay, I'm printing the schema first, then I'm converting this into a data frame. This is where it's going to be a data frame. Okay, then what I do, we can actually create a temporary view on our data frames. Okay, on our PySpark data frames, we can create a temporary view. So all those things that we have seen earlier in the PySpark sessions, we had worked with the PySpark syntaxes. Okay, so we might also be, we might have some developers who are not very confident with the PySpark syntaxes. What those guys can do, those guys can work with SQL syntax in the PySpark by creating a temporary data frame. Okay, what I will do, I'll have a PySpark data frame. On that, I'll say create or replace temp view. Just a second now. Okay, Karthik, I'm just going to restart this. Okay, so please join while I restart.